On Cronkite News, meet two of the Valley's most promising boxers right outside downtown Phoenix.
Plus, learn how a player who grew up in Uganda worked his way to a tremendous Summer League performance for the Suns.
And I'm Madison Kaminsky. The U.S. House just passed legislation to make daylight saving time permanent. I talked to locals to find out what this means to them. Coming up on Cronkite News.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Ryan Orsini.
And I'm Harry Kasef. Thank you for joining us.
The semifinals for the World Cup continue today as Argentina looks for back-to-back final appearances, facing off against England in Atlanta. Their last World Cup clash came in the group stage in 2002, where the Three Lions of England beat the South American powerhouse 1-0. The rivalry has had its fair share of iconic moments, including Diego Maradona's Hand of God goal in the 1986 quarterfinals. Increased security has been fluttering around the area due to tensions between fans in recent weeks.
With today's result, the matchup for the World Cup final is set. Let's see who's facing off. Spain will be squaring off against Argentina for the right to be called world champion this Sunday at New York, New Jersey Stadium. After their 2-1 win in a thriller against England, Argentina looks to win their fourth World Cup to be the first country to go back-to-back since Brazil over 60 years ago, while Spain is in their first final since 2010 and have a chance to win their second World Cup.
Those players are really giving it their all on the soccer pitch, but that could impact their health.
That's right, Ryan. A new study shows that soccer could potentially affect their brain. Retired professional soccer players took part in the study, which revealed they had lower gray matter in certain regions of the brain, compared to people who had never played contact sports. Those regions are the same ones that affect memory and emotional regulation. The participants also reported higher levels of anxiety and depression. But researchers say their findings do not necessarily mean playing soccer will cause these symptoms.
Now to a local fight club, which is home to two of Arizona's newest rising stars. Cronkite News reporter Daniel Duque takes us inside the ring.
Zaid Usmani is the newest addition to the Fuentes Boxing Club. After returning from a period of inactivity, the 25-year-old super featherweight has been training for his next challenge at the Royal Palace, where some of Arizona's top talent will compete.
Coming out of the amateurs and then my first couple pro fights, you don't really know who you're fighting, but when you go in there and you know who you're fighting, it makes you push that much harder.
The Fuentes Boxing Club has produced a lot of talent from the city of Phoenix. But this weekend, two of its undefeated fighters will have the opportunity to keep the streak running in the same night.
Everyone welcomed me with open arms when I got here. I like it. It was a lot of work. All you have to do is pay in, hard work and sweat and blood.
Among those who welcomed Usmani was fellow boxer 20-year-old Damarius Watson.
I met Demo a couple years ago, and he was real mean in the ring. One of the things that I gravitated towards about him was that both of our passions. We're both out here to make a statement and prove a point.
While boxing is an individual sport, Watson says their training and camaraderie has made them both stronger fighters.
He teaches me, I teach him. He nitpicks me, I nitpick him. We just want to see each other be better. He's my teammate, I'm his teammate, and if he wins, I win, because Fuentes wins.
Helping both fighters is Coach Allen Anderson. Watson's uncle has mentored the pair as they prepare for their next fight.
Yeah, I feel like me, Damarius, and Zed, we kind of all speak the same language. Like, if I say certain stuff, they know exactly what I'm talking about.
For Watson, the relationship with his uncle has shaped him as a solid fighter and also the person he has become.
I love him to death. He's like another father to me. Pretty much raised me, made me into the man I am today.
After weeks of preparation, Watson and Usmani will look to keep their undefeated records intact as they step into the ring in their upcoming challenge.
I'm expecting them to take people to school, man. I expect them to look like Freddy Krueger driving a school bus. Like, it's going to be a nightmare that night. I want it to look smooth like a samurai.
For Usmani, the mindset remains the same.
I've said this before, I'll say it again. I will not leave that ring alive if that's what it takes. I will go out there and put it all on the line because that is just my mentality.
Fuentes Boxing Club continues to work hard to develop future talent in the community, helping fighters reach the next level of their careers. In Phoenix, Daniel Duque, Cronkite News.
Zaid Usmani and Damarius Watson will represent Fuentes Boxing Club at the Royal Palace on July 18th. Usmani comes in with 3 professional wins as Watson brings an undefeated 11-win record to the table.
The Suns and Detroit Pistons square off tonight in the final game of the NBA Summer League preliminary round in Las Vegas. It's been a productive summer so far for Phoenix. The team enters the matchup with a 2-1 record after beating Milwaukee on Monday. The Suns' front court has led the way all week, with Khaman Maluach averaging 18 points and 12 rebounds per game, while rookie Koa Pete has averaged 16 and 5 a night. The final tune-up gives Phoenix one last opportunity to build momentum for another chance for Pete and Maluach to show off before a potential run at the Summer League Finals.
And Summer League may have given the Suns a look at a key piece of their future. Maluach has impressed with his defensive presence and athleticism, but his journey started far from the hardwood. Cronkite News reporter Noah Podolsky has more on how the big man from South Sudan became the 10th overall pick in the 2025 NBA Draft.
From emphatic blocks to monster dunks, Khaman Maluach has been tearing up the Summer League for the Suns, leading the league in rebounds and shooting 50% from three as the 7'1" big man's game continues to grow.
And that's something like I got to emphasize a lot, being able to take care of the ball, especially being a young big. I mean, when the season gets here in the NBA, I know a lot of people are going to pressure up into me and try to make me turn over the ball.
Maluach grew up as a refugee in Uganda before developing his game at the NBA Academy Africa in Senegal, where his talent took him to Duke and then to the 10th pick in the NBA Draft.
He has their own journey, and I think NBA Academy will forever be part of my story. They really opened my eyes. They showed me what my full potential could be. They showed me what my journey could be and what my path could be if I keep on doing the right thing each and every day. And NBA Academy was a big part of my development.
Maluach's road has been defined by growth, and now he's gearing up for a statement second year with the Suns.
Just to see the growth of Man from last year's Summer League to this year, like, it's insane. But I'm also not surprised because I see the work that he puts in every day.
It's been special, man. Khaman's a special player, and to play with a big like that is super special, and it helps my game.
You see the comfort level of him on the floor and using his size and protecting the rim. So as long as he continues to do that and focuses on this side of the ball, the offense will take care of itself, and he's doing a great job of just having that understanding.
From learning the game at the NBA Academy Africa in Senegal to now competing under the bright lights of NBA Summer League, Khaman Maluach's journey has come full circle. If his early success in Las Vegas is any indication, the Suns believe this is just the beginning. In Las Vegas, Noah Podolsky, Cronkite News.
Maluach is just one of 3 NBA Academy Africa alumni to reach the league, a program that continues to produce some of basketball's top international talent.
That's right, Ryan. And coming up next, recreational sports are growing nationwide. See how these sports are bringing people closer together.
We just kind of grew as friendships, and then now we're going to get married.
More on why these sports are so important coming up next on Cronkite News.
Plus, we may have some rain recently, but don't get it twisted. This heat still isn't going anywhere.
The Cronkite News app. Watch Cronkite News, weather, sports, morning updates whenever you want, all on demand. Stay connected to the events and happenings in the Valley of the Sun. Content you won't find anywhere else, plus binge-worthy movies and unforgettable specials. Wow. It's a free app, Cronkite Plus. Enjoy on your phone, streaming service, or go to cronkiteplus.com.
Welcome back. Recreational sports leagues have been growing across the country over the last few years. Our reporter Andrew Montana breaks down how these leagues are growing in ways you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, while some adult sports leagues have grown in number and in size, as people look for a way to stay active and make connections in their community, some people are playing for love of the game, while others find love along the way.
The beauty of sports? It's never just about sports.
In '96, joined a startup fledgling soccer league, and then on that first day, I ended up meeting who became my wife.
The CEO of Sport and Social Industry Association, Chris Gibner, said social sports are growing nationwide.
I had met locally with a lot of the other competitor clubs in Florida, so we formed the National Association, with these 12 clubs. We grew from that to 60, 70, 80 clubs.
All these clubs allow for their members to be more social while playing their favorite sports.
If you're missing community, this is the place to be. You really do get to know people. It's a good mix of that, like social and sport.
For some, a chance to exercise, but for others, it's a chance at redemption.
A lot of these people, they're younger. They're like in their 20s. So it's like I'm going around again. I just feel like once I stop doing sports, I think I'm in trouble. Right now I've got golfer's elbow, but I'm still throwing the ball. I just deal with it.
Gibner added that social sports are more than 5 times as popular now versus just 10 years ago. But some people are using social sports as a chance to shoot their shot in more ways than one.
Kind of a low risk proposition to see if the team wants to go get pizza and a beer afterwards, instead of just asking, one person out.
He was the host on a league I played on Wednesdays, and I would just show up, play my game, and leave. I ended up having to move out of my place I lived in, and he offered to help. And then we went to a brewery after and hung out, and then we just kind of grew as friendships, and then now we're gonna get married.
A similar memory Gibner recalls from 30 years ago.
We ended up, socializing after games for, a few months, and then we started dating and, all of that, so.
And sometimes sports goes beyond the actual result of a game because according to Gibner, you can't measure fun on a scoreboard. In the newsroom, I'm Andrew Montana, Cronkite News.
Thank you, Andrew. A former Olympian has announced she's returning to the sport she loves. Gymnast Suni Lee says she's making a competitive return to the mat. She's been on a break since the 2024 Olympics in Paris, where she helped Team USA win gold. She also earned bronze in the all-around and uneven bars, as she was sidelined after the 2020 Olympics after being diagnosed with kidney disease. And by the way, the 2028 Games are in Los Angeles and only 2 years away.
Staying on home soil, for the first time ever, an Arizona-born player was named Most Valuable Player of the MLB All-Star Game. Yankees outfielder Cody Bellinger won the Ted Williams Award as the most valuable player in this year's game after knocking in 2 runs in the top of the first inning, making the Hamilton Husky and 3-time All-Star the first Arizona native ever to take home the Crystal Bat in the first All-Star Game shutout since 2013.
The American League was heating up last night, Harry, but the weather in that valley is actually cooling down a little bit.
Sophia Toro joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with our forecast.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, it is still pretty hot for us here in the valley, sitting at 102 degrees. As you can see, it's going down, but it's only going down to 96 degrees by 10 p.m. As you can see, those clouds are here as well. But we're going to be getting a little bit of a break because going into our overnight lows, we're sitting at 83 degrees here in the valley. The western part of the state is joining us in the 80s and 90s as well. Northern part always looking good in the 50s and 70s. Sedona's perfect weather to go out and sightsee with the family, maybe take a hike because they're only sitting at 70 degrees. Now going into our highs, we are in those triple digits, but again, not too bad, but still pretty toasty, sitting at 101 degrees. Western part of the state joining us with Bullhead feeling it the most at 108 degrees. And the southern part here is going to be in the 90s and high 80s. Now looking into our future cast, we are expected to have some rain and some cloudy weather, as you can see. This is going to be affecting our 8-day forecast. because going into our 8-day forecast, we're sitting at 101 degrees for tomorrow. As for the weekend, though, not too bad because we are in those high 90s. As you can see, we're not escaping those clouds, but we are getting a little bit of sun Monday through Thursday with those triple digits there as well, ranging from 101 to 105. Our lows are looking pretty decent, sitting in the 80s. That's all I got for you guys today from the Cronkite Weather Center. I'm Sophia Toro.
Coming up next, as electric vehicles continue to increase, so does the need for charging stations.
Specifically along highways near rural communities, but Arizona's statewide plan has been put on pause.
Trying to put hurdles in there so that the program never gets implemented. This administration has declared war on electric vehicles.
Find out why President Trump put the brakes on this program. Coming up on Cronkite News.
As a teacher, you just want to reach people. You want to make a difference. You want to help them. I have an opportunity to do something I never imagined I would be able to do. Go out and build the best biology class the world has ever seen. When you go into Dreamscape Learn, you put on a set of goggles and you can go anywhere. You can be anyone and do anything. The thing about Arizona State University is they're always thinking about what's next. We can create virtual reality experiences so that you can learn by exploring in a virtual world the way that scientists explore in the real world. And kids can feel that. All these emotions are what help the brain encode information. When I see a student come out of VR, the look on their face is nothing like I've ever seen when I finish a lecture. They look so happy to be there. In that moment, you know that you've reached them.
The Cronkite News app. Watch Cronkite News, weather, sports, morning updates whenever you want, all on demand. Stay connected to the events and happenings in the Valley of the Sun. Content you won't find anywhere else, plus binge-worthy movies and unforgettable specials. Wow. It's a free app, Cronkite Plus. Enjoy on your phone, streaming service, or go to cronkiteplus.com.
Welcome back to Cronkite News. I'm Caroline Rowland with a look at tonight's news headlines. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche was on Capitol Hill this morning, facing tough questions during his confirmation hearing. Senator Dick Durbin, a ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, who questioned him about the Epstein survivors.
Will you meet with these 10 survivors? I'm asking you on the record.
If they have lawyers, as you know, I'm prohibited from meeting directly with them. I have met with counsel for survivors, as has many people in the Department of Justice, over 30. But if they are represented by counsel, we will work with their counsel. If they don't have a lawyer, I will certainly make arrangements to make sure the right people at the Department of Justice meet with them. Absolutely.
Will you get it done within the next 30 days that each of these survivors?
I will get it done today, if that's necessary.
Nominated by President Donald Trump, Blanche has served as Deputy AG since April, following the departure of Pam Bondi. Blanche faced questions regarding his role in the release of the Epstein files and took responsibility for the redaction errors, but commented they corrected those errors as fast as they could. Blanche also confirmed the weaponization fund was, quote, dead, and it will not be moving forward. Following the death of Senator Lindsey Graham, the Republicans have narrow majority of just one vote to decide the confirmation. The Trump administration says changes to a federal electric vehicle changing program will get more stations built faster, but critics say the administration has created uncertainty for states. In Arizona, millions of dollars are still in limbo. In Washington, Cronkite News reporter Will Mahan has more.
The Biden administration devoted $5 billion under a program known as NEVI to expand the availability of EV charging along interstates and other major highways. President Trump put the brakes on that program, pausing new approvals while the Federal Highway Administration revises how it approves such projects. Phoenix Congressman Greg Stanton says Trump is undermining a key program.
They're trying to put hurdles in there so that the program never gets implemented. This administration has declared war on electric vehicles.
The Trump administration says revisions will make the NEVI program more efficient. But researchers say infrastructure projects need more predictability on funding rules.
It's really important for states and industry to have certainty in their investments when they're making investment decisions.
Researchers at Atlas Public Policy say that uncertainty can affect investment decisions as states and companies decide whether to move forward with projects under changing federal rules.
You know, that uncertainty does bring some real practical impacts to programs.
The Trump administration says the changes will speed up developing, with revised rules that give states more flexibility on where to build and that eliminate some of the planning requirements in the original program.
The original rollout was too slow. It's one of the reasons why we need a strong permitting reform program here in Congress.
For EV drivers in Arizona, especially those in rural communities, the success of NEVI implementation depends on whether chargers are installed where they are needed and how soon. In Washington, I'm Will Mahan, Cronkite News.
Meanwhile, President Donald Trump said today that immigration and customs enforcement should not do away with traffic stops. This comes a day after his administration reportedly told ICE officials to suspend them. In a post on Truth Social this morning, President Trump said the traffic stop is one of ICE's most important crime-fighting tools. The initial decision to pause traffic stops came after 2 recent fatal shootings during immigration enforcement operations. The U.S. House of Representatives passed legislation to lock the clock. This would eliminate springing forward and falling back. Reporter Madison Kaminsky hits the street to hear what people have to say.
Do you know what time zone we are in? No, actually, I don't.
I believe we are Pacific Standard Time.
Bryn, is it Pacific Time?
Do you know what daylight saving time means?
Yes, is where we either lose an hour or we gain an hour.
Do you know if Arizona observes daylight saving time?
I have no idea. I'm from Chicago. I don't really know. I'm going to say no.
Have you heard of the Sunshine Protection Act that's just been introduced into the House and now going to the Senate?
Right, I heard it passed the House and just waiting to see if it goes to the next phase.
I haven't heard it being passed, but I heard it's going to be discussed.
No, I'm not aware of any legislation at the moment. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, actually, I study circadian rhythm, so I know there's a risk, particularly going back and forth between on and off daylight savings time. I think scientists agree that that's bad. It has, associated with accidents and mood problems and other health issues.
The vote passed 308 to 117, and the Sunshine Protection Act is on its way to the Senate. Another change coming to your screen soon, but this time I'll give you a hint. Jeopardy is looking for this new position. What is a clue writer? After 3 decades, the famous American quiz show writer Jim Ryan has decided to retire. The show typically recruits from referrals or specialists, but decided to post the application online. Executive producer Michael Davies and his team are now going through thousands of applications. Davies' goal is to have the new clue writer ready to work by the end of August, just in time to film season 43. That's it for tonight's Cronkite News Report. I'm Caroline Rowland. Thank you for joining us. Now back to Ryan and Harry at the desk.
Thank you, Caroline. Coming up next, we're going to take a trip to Tasmania.
That's right, Ryan, and that small Australian island has a Tasmanian devil of its own. And he goes by the name of Neil the Seal. When we return, find out how Neil is terrorizing this small town.
The Cronkite News app. Watch Cronkite News, weather, sports, Morning updates whenever you want, all on demand. Stay connected to the events and happenings in the Valley of the Sun. Content you won't find anywhere else, plus binge-worthy movies and unforgettable specials. Wow. It's a free app, Cronkite Plus. Enjoy on your phone, streaming service, or go to cronkiteplus.com.
Welcome back. Forget life in space. Scientists have discovered sugar in space.
That's right, Harry. Astronomers in Spain discovered the sweet molecule in a cloud of interstellar dust near the center of the Milky Way. The discovery is fueling optimism that maybe other molecules needed for life could also be found in space. Finally tonight, you've heard of the Tasmanian devil. Now, a Tasmanian seal is making headlines.
That's right. Neil the seal has been a popular fixture on the island of Tasmania in Australia. All elephant seals, like Neil, come on land a few times per year to breed. Now, they usually do this in a remote location, but not for Neil. He liked to visit the island's crowded capital, and Neil caused all sorts of problems, like blocking busy roads, disturbing vehicles. In fact, he's caused thousands of dollars in damages during his most recent stay, but he's just returned to the ocean, so good luck getting him to pay for those damages.
Neil looks like a good dude, Harry. That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Ryan Orsini.
And I'm Harry Kasef. Thank you for joining us.